We live in a very unfortunate time where human rights are being taken and stripped from people, specifically women, in fact. And I genuinely think that we need to start waking up and start realizing human rights are at risk. I know as a kid, I always thought human rights, nobody could actually take them. You had the power over your human rights. No one could take that away from you. But it's quite clear that, yes, someone can take that away from you. And if this doesn't show you that the government is on the scary side of the ladder, then I don't know what the fuck will. These woke people are looking real smart right now. Let's just say that. These woke people, these people who think the government's against them, are looking real smart right now. Because it's true. They were right. They were right the whole time. They're against women. They're against fucking women. They're against women, and it doesn't make sense why they are. And I think something needs to be done about this. It doesn't make sense. It's fucking annoying. Something really does need to be started soon, because there are going to be riots, and I hope there is riots. Start rioting up and going against this, because clearly, I don't know. I don't know who actually passed this. I don't really know how the U.S. state system works. I don't know. I'm not too sure how it actually works. If, say, a government or that passed a law or something to ban abortion, can different states have their own laws? I think different mayors of a state can make their own laws and stuff like that, or if they get passed or voted in. I think that's how it works. I'm not entirely sure, but surely something has to be done somewhere or another, because it's quite clear this shit is getting way out of hand compared to anything I've seen before. And Twitter, obviously being Twitter, is the main place for and the main source for this type of stuff. Is quite clear that a lot of women tweeting are very pissed off with the fact that abortion is banned. And I think we need to start looking at real possibilities of what about rape? What should be done about rape? Now, rape is a sore subject to talk about. It always will be. It always has been. And rape victims should be treated more better instead of being pushed away by things. It's quite clear this government systems these days do not give a shit about you. And this is just proof they don't give a shit to any of you blind fucking bats. This is just extra proof they don't give a shit about you. And if you still believe they care about you, you are brain dead. And if you're a woman and you still think they care about you and believe in you, you are extra brain dead. This is a different ballgame now. We're taking something that every single fucking human, should be allowed the right to. Not abortion, but any right. We're speaking genuinely any right. Speaking at this second, abortion is a big thing that should be allowed. It's a human right that if you don't want something, but it sells. But which would you rather do? Bring that child up miserable and never have free time, you don't have the financial stability and stuff like that. Kids cost a lot of money. They're not fucking cheap. They're not cheap, kids aren't. They're a lot of fucking money. You're not going to be spending, very little on them. You'll end up spending loads of money on them. Diapers, clothes when they grow out of them, stuff like that. They are very expensive, especially unwanted pregnancies as well. That's going to put a lot of stress. If they're very young and they've been raped, that's awful. That shit's bad. Fucked up shit. I know in countries there are literally women who are raped, very young women as well, who are raped, and they don't have a choice to get abortion because in a lot of these countries you probably have to pay for abortion, or abortion is just, everyone's gonna laugh at you and stuff. Women treat like shit. I know in Africa, I'm pretty sure abortion, I don't know if that's illegal there, but what does this mean for other countries, and will other countries follow suit with this? Well, I can't say for definite if other countries will follow this. I know that gay rights and stuff like that are same-sex marriage. I heard a little bit. I'm not too sure if it's true, but apparently same-sex marriage is at risk as well, from being banned or something like that. Apparently they were thinking of banning same-sex marriage again. Now, personally, I'm not someone who's supporting it, but let them fucking marry, for fuck's sake. Like, and this is coming from a guy that doesn't really support it. Let them fucking marry. Like, is it, like, so against you? Even if you don't support it, like, I'd still let them marry. If it makes them happy in life, then fuck it, let someone marry of the same sex. But it goes against religion. Is a sore subject to talk about, and you know what? I don't think you should be forced to support something like this. You shouldn't be forced to, but just speaking at it, if same-sex marriage is at risk, that is, what are we doing? I mean, it's quite clear that whoever's running these countries clearly don't understand what a human right is. A fucking human right. You can take people's money, but you shouldn't be taking people's rights. This is where we turn on to the sort of outcome of shit. The government doesn't care about you. But I think any woman out there should now be protesting, and man. If you want to stand up against this sort of stuff, and you don't want women treating men like shit and saying all men and stuff, get the fuck out there and do something about it then. Protest, blah blah blah. Do anything means you can do. Share it on Twitter. It may seem stupid, but that bit of help might help in some cases. It probably won't help a lot because, well, governments ain't really going to give a shit if you tweet it out about something, but it may help enough to get something sorted. And at the end of the day, women's rights are more important than men's rights at the moment. I'm saying how it is. Women are at risk. I'm very sorry for anyone who is a woman. Time's fucking shit at the moment. Real shit. Now, what can be done to get this shit back together? Well, like I said, it's pretty much hard to get something, out there and done and over with. I'm not entirely sure. What on earth is going on and what's going to be done, but it's quite clear that there needs to be something done. So, this is kind of something I want to talk about, and I'm not trying to be here to hype myself up or anything like this, but I've been seeing on Twitter a hell of a lot of women using bad terms against men, saying kill all men and why should men exist. Now, I've seen this on Twitter for years now. However, when I put the kill all women in, then tweets don't exist. And I see, and why I think this is disgusting, because you're telling someone to kill herself, for fuck's sake. You know what? Men treat women like shit. I understand that. Men. Okay, not all men. There are, like I said, there's a good person out there. You just need to find the fucking good person. I think a lot of women don't understand that. There are good men out there. You just need to realize who the fuck you're talking to. But yeah, it's a very sore subject to talk about, and I'm I'm like I said, I'm just going through Twitter right now and I'm seeing men are walking away, the Western woman, men should kill ourselves. Yeah, and this is something as well. They can ban abortion, but they can't sort their gun laws out. If that doesn't tell you America is in a shit state, now I'm not saying they should ban guns, but they should make them in a way that is helpful. I don't know how they would do that, but I don't think guns should be banned because there are sports and there are people that like to own them for reasons that, you know, gun culture. America's got a big gun culture. But I think we need to start realizing what the fuck is going on here. If they're going to ban a human right over, a gun law, there is something fucking seriously wrong. And if you don't understand that picture, then you are part of the problem. I'm fucking sorry, but it's true. Jesus Lord, there is shit staking going on here. Twitter really needs to be careful with what they're doing as well. Women who are putting kill all men, you are part of the problem as well. I know your frustration, and I understand it 100%, but you're not going to get anywhere saying kill all men. It's disgusting to say that, and I damn guarantee if a man said kill all women, he would get a shit stake through him. So please, have a bit of respect. There are men out there that are fighting for your fucking rights as well, and that want women to have rights. So show some fucking inch of respect. I get it, there's not all men out there. There are men making jokes about this and stuff like that. But there are a lot of men. You need to look on Twitter. A lot of men that I've seen, gay men, straight men, a lot. Doesn't matter what fucking sexuality they are. Out there protecting your rights and trying to fight for your rights and fight for your freedom. So please, have an inch of respect. Realize, these men might be fighting for our rights as well. Maybe I should think about what I put on fucking social media, like kill all men. Because it seriously is a fucked up thing. Oh, and another thing I've seen as well coming around is all men should get vasectomies. Now, I'm pretty sure vasectomies are reversible, about 95% reversible. There has been cases apparently out there that they can't reverse it because the scar tissue grows on the tubes and covers the tubes up, and worse for them to actually put them back together. But in most cases, vasectomies. Now, what I heard is every man that once they hit puberty should be all mandatory vasectomies. Mandatory vasectomies. And they should be cut off or allowed to undo that when they are financially stable. Now, number one, let's be honest, no man's fucking financially stable in this current crisis. So there's definitely going to be declining kids. Number two, I think a lot of men would just give up at that point. I'm not saying we should ban. We need birth control for men, and I think birth control in men has been looked at, but really hasn't been cared about. I don't know why it hasn't. I think there has been tests done and they haven't really worked and stuff like that. But I think stuff needs to be done. I'm begging other white people. Yeah, Twitter's on a little bit of a rampage at the moment. Yeah, we got Gavin Newsom, which is I'm pretty sure the mayor for California. The governor for California. He said that abortion is legal in California. We will remain that way. Safe haven bill. That makes it. So sum up the Supreme Court week. Life begins at conception and ends in the mass shooting. It does make me laugh how they can ban a human right and keep gun laws in tip-top shape. It does make me laugh that it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And it's quite clear that America has a serious problem on its hands. It has fuck all knowledge of what it's doing. And, I think people need to start realizing, get the fuck out of that country while you still fucking can. The healthcare system out there is going. I know we're going off topic a bit, but I think abortions aren't free. I think people had to pay for abortions. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure, judging from it's America, abortions won't be free. And if they are, I'd be very shocked. But they have to even pay for abortions. And let's go off topic a little bit more, but this is still a woman's sort of, I wouldn't say, would I say right? It's a woman's entire, well, no, yeah, I'd say a woman's right, yeah. Free sanitary pads and sanitary products, like tampons and stuff like that, they should be free. If you're going to give, condoms are free at a lot of places. If you go to a medical sort of thing, condoms are free. So why the fuck aren't tampons? Why the fuck aren't sanitary products like that? Why aren't they free? It makes zero sense to why you would not make something like that. If a woman can't afford a tampon, she is fucked. Men don't have to deal with this shit. Men don't have to deal with it. So I can't explain, about that and how hard it would be to live with it. I can imagine it would be like shit to live with that, but I can't imagine 100% how life would be to live with periods and stuff like that constantly. But I think a lot of women should have the entitlement to free sanitary products. And I've seen a few people complain and say, no, they shouldn't. Why? Why shouldn't they? You say what? So it's not their fault they have periods. And I know some people's logic, well, they're women, they should get used to it. Well, I mean, you're a man, you should get used to being kicked in the balls. But fuck off. You know what I mean? But it's a serious problem that needs to be sorted out. Men don't want to wear condoms, don't want to get vasectomies, don't want us to have abortions. We got to rely solely on birth control or absence. That's a dangerous game. You know what? I haven't heard any men actually say they use condoms, which is really like. Now, how effective are condoms? They're really effective things. I know a lot of people are against condoms, which I don't understand why. They're very effective things. They're very smart things. Whoever invented them, clearly, he's, well, I'd say saved a lot of unwanted pregnancies. But clearly he hasn't. In the sense of, sex, he's definitely saved a lot of, consented sex. He's probably saved a lot of unwanted pregnancies. However, rape and stuff like that, it is disgusting. And I know you say, oh, get vasectomies. That's not going to stop rape. I'll stop unwanted pregnancies that come with it. That isn't going to stop rape. Cutting men's dicks off would probably do that, but yeah, I don't know how they would have sex then. Anyway, we're going into subjects that I don't even know what the fuck I'm on. I'm going off topic to different sort of things. You want to know what prevents abortions? Vasectomies. Yes, they do. They do prevent abortions. Can you think of any law that give government the power to make decisions about the male body? Oh God, no way. No way. Someone did that. Yeah, the draft. We live in a. It's sad. It's sad. But women's rights are at a shit stake. Fuck, man. We live in a world where human rights can just go like this, with a click of a button. Fuck. We live in a shit state. Wow. Let's just read a few tweets that I've seen. But vasectomies have had, birth control has a incredible amount of side effects. to them. That's why a lot of women, I'm guessing, probably don't take them, because the amount of fucking bullshit that goes into taking them, the amount of side effects they have to deal with. Okay, now hit men with vasectomy, or is it just women who have the right to their bodies controlled? That's true. Do I think vasectomies would stop pregnancy? I mean, first of all, it's a matter of convincing men to get vasectomies more than anything. Do I think it could be done? It could be done. I doubt there'll be ever a law passed. I know if there was a woman in charge, like a president, she'd have that shit done straight away. But I highly doubt anything's going to be done to stop it or anything like that. We just gotta hope that they change their mind about the whole abortion thing. There's no telling what they're gonna do, though. I mean, just read a few more tweets. Occupy Democrats, I think I'm saying that right, tweeted this tweet out. Breaking, Oklahoma Democrat announces that he's planning to introduce a bill that will mandate that each male, when they reach puberty, get a mandatory vasectomy that's only reversible when they reach the point of financial and emotional stability. That's never. Let's be honest. No man is a stable emotional. So that's good. That means pregnancies will stop, kids will stop, stuff like that. I like that idea. Stopping kids and stuff like that. I hate this kind of political stuff. Vasectomies are not always reversible. That's true. Like 5%. 5% of vasectomies probably are not reversible. Compared to the 95% that are. That doesn't tell you enough to get one if you are an active sexual man. Or wear fucking protection. Sweet. God, the amount of people that need to learn. Fuck yeah, vasectomies for all, man. I mean, this tweets, I got a vasectomy earlier this is from someone called Nick Chow. I got a vasectomy earlier this year. If you have a penis, there's something you can do that doesn't have a reproductive health issue. Or two, just our partners who can get pregnant. You can step up and take responsibility. Sharing help increases awareness. Normalize vasectomies. And normalize them. Do I think a lot of people... I know a lot of men are gonna be on their shit stunt about that. Do I agree with them? Half and half, to be honest. Half and half. I don't know what... I don't know. I'm to the point now. I don't know what the fuck's going on now with all these human rights being taken and stuff like that. I'm stunted. I'm sorry, people, but I'm stunted. There's a lot of shit going on. I mean, this guy's got a vasectomy and clearly it's going well for him. Why aren't more people who say they're getting vasectomies? Can you vlog some shit, something for people out there who actually want to get them? Or maybe don't know anything about them, because most males don't know what a fucking vasectomy is. They have no fucking clue what the fuck one is. And you'd be surprised. But they have no clue what the fuck one is. So that's kind of cool. We got some people speaking out on Twitter about it, because yeah, it's unpopular opinion. Male sperm is responsible for 100% of unwanted pregnancies. Well, that's pretty obvious, mate, because that's the only thing that can get a woman pregnant. I don't know, it's kind of logic, like it's obvious. It's also... I see a lot of people saying also vasectomies are irreversible. I think there are irreversible vasectomies out there. If you want a irreversible vasectomy, cut the fucking balls off. That's an irreversible vasectomy. Cutting someone's balls off. That would stop any pregnancy forever. 100% it would. That was a joke. Well, yeah, that was a joke. Mandatory vasectomies. I think mandatory vasectomies is a hard thing to push across, and I know a lot of women be like, "Well, if women, it's hard to push off." A lot of men are going to disagree with it, and I guess they do have sort of a right to disagree with it. And even a lot of sexually active men, if you don't wear protection and you bitch about people being pregnant and stuff like that, you should definitely get a vasectomy. So why is it okay to force women to give birth, but not okay to force men to have vasectomies? Every sperm is scared. Then it should be against the law for a man to masturbate. I mean, not every man actually does that. A lot of folks have never had a real conversation with anti-choicers because they'll try to call out hypocrisy and be like, oh yeah, why don't you ban condoms and masturbation too? Ban masturbation on men. Biologic, they're killing babies too. God's sake. Ban male vaccination if you all care so much about clump cells. Maybe as well cared. Pro-life is not about life. Now, honestly, life begins at ejaculation. Ban male masturbation. They should ban male masturbation because they kill the sperm. This is a lot of tweets I'm seeing. In order ruling Scouts votes to ban vaccination. Life begins in the scrotum. True. Ban masturbation for men. Ban on ejaculating to egg. You are killing potential babies. They could have grown up to be doctors or lawyers. Yeah, that's something I see a lot. Why did you kill that baby? He could have been a doctor or a lawyer. He's not even fucking born yet. The point he is a clump of cells. And while cells, in my right, I'd say are alive, I don't think they have feelings. You know, like they can't feel things in that sense. Not feelings as in like emotions. They can't feel pain. So I think a lot of people need to start realizing what the fuck are we gonna do about abortion and how to stop it, and actually make these governments realize what they're doing is incredibly stupid and they need to rethink their life. But I do see a lot of women on Twitter bashing men. Women are trash. This and this. You know, it's something I've seen on Twitter a while. But it is what it is. I don't really know what to speak on anymore. Yeah, that's all I can give my opinions on. I'm not saying I know what's best for women. Women know what's best for fucking women. I know there's a few women out there that agree on banning abortion, and you are part of the problem. I wouldn't be surprised if you're a rapist yourself, if you say that, but yes, there are probably women out there who disagree with it and want abortion to be banned. But for the majority of women, they want abortion to be legalized, like it was before. But yeah, that's, like I said, all I really want to give my 2 cents on. I'm very sorry, any woman out there who's dealing with this bullshit. Yeah, that's really all I've got to speak about this. Thank you for listening and taking the time out of your day to listen. Have a great day, and goodbye.